Okay, this is the kind of thing the tech industry needs to figure out. All right. So, all day I've been dealing with problems with uh, let's say Unity, right? I needed to update my project to HDRP or whatever, and I had to transfer my shaders from another project, right? And so they're all in URP, and this other one uses HDRP, right? So that was I had to manually go in and, anyways, it's just I know that's so far off topic of what I wanted to get at, but that took me about a week to figure out. I just bit the bullet and manually did it all by hand. Anyways, so now I want to use my tablet, which I haven't used in a while. It's been a minute, and it's been saying Windows is up to date. But I know it's not up to date because I got to get this working, and to get Windows without board, it's so I can use my mouse on this without having to actually plug. So I can use my mouse on here and just move it over to here. Anyways, so that stopped working, and I haven't been able to figure it out. But today I'm like, let's figure it out. So now I'm in this other rabbit hole from this. Now I have to fix this device discovery because it's saying this requires version 1803 of the Windows 10 SDK or later. Well, how am I not on that if I'm like up to date, right? Like, why can't I just, update it, and then I go to try and manually update it? It's like, hey, thank you for updating the latest version of Windows. Yeah, no, like, there's, I don't, it's, there's a lot of shit, and I just keep, it's like every single day for the past like 10 years, I've been running into tiny little hurdles, jumping over them, and then like the next day, there's tiny little more hurdles that you got to run. Like, there's so many hoops to jump through, and I just like realize that I'm in this endless cycle of like jumping through nonsensible hoops just to like I just want to open up a texture on here and edit it, and my brain is like, okay, well, now I gotta fix this, and then I gotta install this now. Oh, and I can't just simply do a thing, right? Like, it's 2024. Why can't I just be like, okay, this fix that, that's fixed, right? Like, how come I can't just Google something anymore and just like have what I'm looking for? I don't mind if it takes like 10 minutes, but like lately it's been like an entire day or upwards, for something like Unity. It'll take more than a week just to like look for answers. And it's crazy to me that like the development process is so like nobody thinks about the end user. They're thinking about their ideal end user. Like, there's a lot of people that are figuring this out, and they can but they're getting their Google answers like on the first page, right? I got to go through like 20 pages of Google answers just to find like what I'm looking for. And I've started using like ChatGPT, but lately it just kind of like, okay, so I'm like, no, this requires version 1803 or whatever of SDK or later, right? So I Google that, and then I go like, okay, so to run this, you need 1803 later. So you click that. Oops. Where was it? Anyways, yeah, like Bing just started talking to me about, to make sure you have it installed. It's like, oh, okay. But like, I don't even know where I'm going with this because it's so, I can't just simply do a thing. I'm always fixing shit. There's always something to go in and like fix. I can't just work, You know, like I've been in this endless cycle for ever, forever. Like fixing little things. Oh, I got to make a payment to this thing, and like I can't use OneDrive because OneDrive is full because that's stupid. So I switch over to iCloud, and then iCloud, there's a whole setup process to that. Like it's this huge rabbit hole that just keeps going. I can't just like I wanted to open Clip Studio earlier. Uh, well, anyways, it's fixed now. Like I had to just uh, fix it, but like, oh my god, it's never ending. Just how how do you guys manage this, right? Like how do you keep yourself sane throughout all? How do you, like, oh, I take a break and then I go and like fix. I gotta go and fix my coffee maker because it's, it wasn't clean, so I had to clean it. And like that, I understand. I'm not gonna blame the coffee maker on the tech industry, but like, it's just those other things that like these computers are supposed to fix, right? Like they're supposed to make life easier, but I'm spending most of my time, on this, and it's like, oh, I gotta go and like cut potatoes, and that like, that's more therapeutic than working on this, right? Like it's how do you do it? How do you do it? It's crazy.